On a chilly autumn morning in Bozeman, Montana, the Mountain View Diner buzzed with its usual breakfast crowd. Ranchers laughed over coffee, hikers planned weekend trails, and tourists admired the mountain views through the large windows. Near the back sat Ethan Blake, a quiet man in his early 40s. His left leg ended below the knee, replaced by a carbon fiber prosthetic. His faded denim jacket hid old scars, while a weathered pair of military dog tags rested around his neck. He never asked for attention. He simply enjoyed pancakes every Thursday morning. That day, a young U.S. Army Ranger named Tyler Morgan entered the diner with several fellow soldiers who were training nearby. Their uniforms caught everyone's attention. While waiting for breakfast, Tyler noticed Ethan sitting alone. He walked over politely. "Mind if I ask where you served?" Ethan smiled softly. "Long time ago." Tyler nodded respectfully before noticing the worn dog tags. "They've seen better days. They've seen enough." Tyler laughed gently. Then he picked up the tags after Ethan quietly handed them over. The moment Tyler read the engraved words beneath Ethan's name, his smile disappeared. His face turned pale. He slowly stood at attention. Every conversation inside the diner faded into silence. Tyler swallowed hard. "Sir, I've heard stories about you." The entire restaurant turned to look. Ethan looked embarrassed. Those stories grew bigger than they should have. Tyler shook his head. "No, sir. They weren't big enough." One of Tyler's fellow rangers walked over. "What happened?" Tyler handed him the dog tags. Within seconds, the second ranger also became speechless. Printed beneath Ethan Blake's identification number was a small, unofficial engraving. "Guardian at Black Ridge." Most civilians had never heard those words. But inside Army training schools, they had become legendary. Years earlier, during a violent overseas rescue mission, Ethan's convoy had been trapped after an unexpected ambush. Communication failed. Evacuation helicopters couldn't land. A dozen wounded soldiers were stranded. Instead of escaping with the remaining vehicles, Ethan volunteered to stay behind and protect the injured until help arrived. For nearly 7 hours, he defended their position while carrying wounded teammates to safety one by one. When rescue finally arrived, Ethan had lost his leg, but every soldier under his protection survived. He never accepted interviews, never wrote a book, never appeared on television. He simply returned home. Tyler looked at him with admiration. "We studied that mission during leadership training." Ethan sighed. "I wasn't alone. But everyone else says you saved them." "They saved me too." The waitress quietly placed Ethan's breakfast on the table. Nobody touched their own food. One elderly customer removed his baseball cap. Another customer stood. Soon the entire diner rose to their feet. No one had planned it. No one gave a speech. For nearly a minute, complete silence filled the room. Ethan looked around, overwhelmed. "You don't have to do this." An older rancher smiled. "We're standing because some people can't." Ethan's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in years, he couldn't find the words. The diner owner walked over carrying the bill. "It's already paid." Ethan reached for his wallet. The owner gently pushed it back. "Not today." Ethan glanced across the room. "Who paid?" Every customer smiled. "All of us." As Ethan slowly stood to leave, Tyler saluted him once more. "This country remembers." Ethan returned the salute. "So do I." Outside, the Montana wind carried golden leaves across the parking lot as Ethan walked toward his old pickup truck. He wasn't thinking about medals, or battles, or the painful memories that never truly disappeared. He was thinking about something much simpler: kindness. Because after surviving the darkest day of his life, it wasn't applause that finally healed part of his heart. It was a room full of strangers who chose gratitude over curiosity. And sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones who spend the rest of their lives pretending they are ordinary.